morning, everyone. I'm Surabhi Agarwal, editor technology at the Economic Times. I extend a very warm welcome to all the distinguished guests who have joined us today from different parts of the country for the third edition of the Digitech Conclave 2022. As the nation celebrates Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav, this conclave will showcase India's various achievements in the digital space. But a lot of work still needs to be done. We have a lot of ground to cover and challenges to overcome as India moves towards its goal of achieving $1 trillion digital economy. Eminent speakers from the technology domain have gathered here today to brainstorm on how innovation, simplifying governance, can not only improve the life of the citizens, but also increase the ease of doing business for companies. And the biggest part is how India is on its way to become the largest data market in the world. As we touch 1 billion smartphones, almost 700 million internet subscribers, we have the tall task in front of us of getting the policies and regulations right, which not just protect the data, but also enhance its use. The theme of today's conclave, as you all know, is celebrating India's digital journey at 75. It's 75 years of free India. We've grown leaps and bounds in every race among nations. But what India has done on technology, not just for itself, but for the world, has been nothing short of spectacular. From Aadhaar to UPI to fintech, from space tech to consumer electronics, from a 200 billion Indian IT industry to startups and unicorns and now soonicorns, India has truly cut its own unique digital path. The COVID-19 pandemic has further accelerated the adoption of technology. According to market estimates, the Indian IT spending by the government is projected to be a total of $8.3 billion or 63,000 crores in 2022. This has been an increase of 8.6% from last year. Digitization initiatives of the government across the world, including those of the Indian government, took a giant leap in 2022 because of the global pandemic. The pandemic forced governments to shift priorities as supply chains and revenue streams dwindled. And that momentum is only expected to increase as India focuses on furthering digitization efforts to enhance citizen experience and bridge the digital gap through inclusion measures. India's growth in the next 25 years will be determined by the sustenance of the digital revolution we are witnessing today. India is not just building for itself, but building for the world. Take the example of digital public goods like Aadhaar, UPI, and CoWIN, which are being emulated by world nations. And upcoming projects like ONDC are being closely tracked by other nations. Look at companies like Google and Facebook. They're building products for India first, testing them out here, and then rolling them out globally. India's innovative strain to find opportunity in every challenge is truly paying off. Today, we have several interesting panel discussions which will touch more upon these issues, from how to strengthen India's techade to building Atmanirbhar Bharat through the power of startups and innovation. These sessions will be chaired by thought leaders and domain experts and will deliberate on India's story of digital transformation and technology stack for the future. We will also be joined by several state government ministers and officials during the course of the day. And this morning, we are overwhelmed with the gracious presence of veterans like those we have on the stage today with us. Thank you very much once again. And I can't wait to hear them. I've had the privilege of knowing closely many of the distinguished guests who are present on the dais as well as in this room over my journalism career spanning 2 decades. So I once again welcome all of you to the third edition of the Digitech Conclave 2022. Thanks for being here on this Thursday morning, and I hope you all enjoy the sessions and find the conversations engaging. Namaste, and have a good day.